So, as I was saying, we may not control the labor cost, etc., but we may do a better part to improve in terms of efficiency or utilization of resources by bringing in the right people in as far as the post or position is concerned. So, under personal development, let's like this, personal department is concerned, personnel department is concerned with employment. Personnel department is concerned with employment, transfer and discharge. Transfer and discharge. Transfer and discharge. Transfer and discharge of employees. Transfer and discharge of employees. Full stop. The department is headed by a responsible officer. You write the personnel manager, but currently we use the human resource manager. I was saying the department is headed by a responsible officer called the human resource manager. The important duties of this department include recruitment. Yes, because you are smiling. What I said?
Just understanding.
Okay. Include the recruitment, selection, training, refreshment, fixation of remuneration, performance appraisal, or fixation of remuneration. What is remuneration? Manager Mona Togozi. What is remuneration? Augustus. That's it. You see it?
Yeah.
No, I don't get this. So the fixation of remuneration.
Recruitment,
Training, placement, fixation of remuneration, performance appraisal, etc. Okay, so just as we have said, the HR is concerned with the people. And in this case, we're not just looking at people coming into an organization, but we're looking at the right people coming into an organization. So as the department, draft part, I say performance appraisal. Do you do performance appraisal, Joy?
Yeah.
What's all about?
Like how you know, right? Like we do it like every day.
At the end of the year. And how, when you say how you are working, what is it that they look at?
They look like you as an employee. Like they will perform how, like punctuation, dressing, stuff, all of that.
All of that. So you compare it with the standard that is said, right? Alright. So in this case, when we say recruitment, that is whenever there is need of people or within the organization, there is a vacant position, you need to bring people because that vacant position may disturb the normal operations of the job. So So the moment you issue out what do we call a vacant so that people should apply. So the moment people have applied, you interview them and you select the best. You select the best depending on what are the demands or what are the needs that the particular job is calling for. You may not just pick on everyone, but you need to choose people whom at least at one time or the other they will contribute to the company. And then when we talk of training, it starts from induction. The moment somebody has been recruited, at least them get themselves familiarized with what happens within the company. And from time to time, in order to keep your employees well updated, at least you need to train them so that at least they keep themselves abreast with what the new development in as far as their job is concerned. So from time to time, you need to equip your employees with new skills so that at least they understand what is expected of them. And in terms of placement, let's take you may swap, or sometimes let's take you feel that it's somewhere somehow maybe the human resource that is available is not doing what is required. You may substitute with others. In terms of fixation of remuneration are nothing but benefits such as salaries and other kinds of stuff. So there, what you focus on, you try to focus on people to work. For them to work hard, they need to be inspired. And the way you inspire them with what you give them. So you should be able to figure out what would be the payment, what would they be earning as they work for your organization. So as I said, you do something so that others would inspire the people to do the best. Because failure to do the best, we may not be able to control the labor cost. And at the end, we will find that the company is incurring a number of costs that otherwise would have been avoided if the HR department did their assignment better and well. Then we proceed. You write different departments send their requisition for placement. Different departments send their requisition. Different departments send their requisition for placement of workers to human resource department. The human resource department. And the department decides. And the department decides on the selection procedure. Decides on the selection procedure to be followed. And the department also keeps records of particulars of employees, records of particulars of employees. So it's like everyone who is working at a particular organization, his file is with the human resource department. Now let's see. Yes. Where? Different. For placement. Requisition for placement of workers to human resource department, and the department decides, and the department decides on the selection procedure. Decide on the selection procedure to be followed. The department also keeps the records of particulars of employees. Now let's see functions of personnel department, just as we have already said. Functions of this personnel department. Number one, you write recruitment and selection of workers. recruitment and selection of waiters, recruitment and selection of waiters, recruitment and selection of waiters. 2, training and development of waiters, training and development of waiters, training and development of waiters. 3, orientation and placement of waiters, orientation and placement of waiters, orientation and placement of waiters. The last one, maintenance of personnel records, maintenance of personnel records, maintenance of personnel records. You can write. Are we there? Then you write subheading, maintenance of personnel records. Then you proceed and write this subheading. You write time study. Time study. Yes, time study. No. Just write the subheading. Time study. So that it may be defined. It may be defined as the observing time, it may be defined as the observing time required to do, observing time required to do a particular job or task. Required to do a particular job or task. It relates to fixing the standard time. It relates to fixing the standard time for doing a job. It relates to fixing the standard time for doing a job under given condition. Full stop. Under given condition. Full stop. Full stop. It means, it is a means to achieve economy. It is a means to achieve economy in time. Alright. If you remember, we have said labor costing is hard to control. And I've said tikonovalia upira nchilo ndimbalea olimba zao nchilo. And olimba nchilo, they would always want the work to be done so that they pay it, which is obvious, right? Likewise, at home they'll need to put as well as some unnecessary drain so that they should accumulate more hours and get more pay. So, from the management point of view, we should be able to know exactly what will be the standard time that will be required to perform a particular task. Now, the moment a particular task has been put and you have involved the required labor, you automatically know that this week, last week, would be done in so much time. So if after this problem, the labor that was involved, they have done that way quickly, or they have drained, we should be able to sit down and figure out what probably makes the difference between the standard time and the actual time that was taken. So that when you are to redo the job in the next time, you should be able to control the labor cost. You'll be able to figure out what are the factors that have brought in the difference. Then later on, if it's favorable, fine and good. If it's adverse, you should be able to devise ways and means through which you'll be able to control such kind of the differences. And do you believe, have you had what we call variance in as far as posting is concerned? Have you done that? You have done it? No. Brother?
What?
Called talk of variance. Standard timing. So when you talk of posting, we need to understand the standard time as well as the actual time. So it's like comparing the plan and the actual, so that you find what the difference has been there. And the difference is what we call the variance. And we do have various tactics that aid the management in coming up with the decision, so that as they control the number of operations that do happen. Yes, very same. All right, then write again another one. After time started, you write motion started. So there, right? It is the starting of the movement of an operator. It is the starting of the movement of an operator. It is the starting of the movement of an operator or a machine. An operator or a machine. Full stop. An operator or a machine. Full stop. It aims at eliminating. It aims at eliminating. It aims at eliminating unnecessary, unnecessary, that is UNNE, unnecessary, ill-directed, unnecessary, or ill-directed, ill-directed, and inefficient motion, inefficient motion of an employee or a machine. You can live as nice, just as Nathan is here. You can live in, let's say that you are waiting. You find that everyone, the employer or the employee, I will get up and buy it so that is actually at the end of the time, actually in one way or another, I will be ready. Next, the thing is, we should be able to control such kind of stuff. A good example, let's take Village Shinomen and Famiana, so that is aggregated, updated, gently. That's why we find sometimes you are always given what we call providers, right? So that providers should be able to monitor it. And you need to rate. At the time that you have implemented for so much time, I will need for this time, can write rate or whatever, they proceed on the way. But remember those are they are just being just like that, just to accumulate, to buy time and all those kind of stuff. A good example, yesterday I was reading the news, say the road that road, right? The court, Zimba Street, from Crossroad, Kajamdan. It will not be completed as it was area-wide. You saw that, right? Aha. So, so you find that definitely you should be able to discover or to find out why would work not be completed at the area agreed. So whatsoever was agreed, that was the standard. By this time, as this way would be done. But I thought maybe something was not working well, or sometimes it is a deliberate move and all those kind of stuff. So you should be able to understand that even anything that could be avoided or anything that is unnecessary at all costs is avoided so that at least we make sure that at least people are working as they are supposed to do under normal circumstances. The machine is working as it is supposed to be working under normal circumstances. That's why if it has got some fault, as quick as possible, do the maintenance so that the machine gets back to the way. Now let's look at distinction between time study and motion study. Distinction between time study and motion study.
Different.
Yes. Distinction between time study, distinction between time study and motion study. Distinction between time study and motion study. Now if you look at this, you write in the form of a table with 3 columns. And in the first column, you write the basis. In the second column, you write time study. And in the third column, you write motion study.
First one.
Basis, B-A-S-I-S, basis. Second, time study. And the last one is motion study. So we have already talked about this. Now our first basis of the distinction is meaning. You write meaning. Meaning. And meaning, you write. And the time study, right? It is a technique. It is a technique which is used to measure. It is a technique which is used to measure. It is a technique which is used to measure the time taken by a worker to perform a job. So I'm saying why do we need to observe the time that an employee or the machine is working? Why do you need to observe that? We are looking at efficiency now. Yeah. Mwenzangu, even Ngalimogo, we are meeting once a week, right? Definitely. With the planning that the management did, they know for sure that by meeting once a week, the task that every lecture probably is given can be completed within the time given, right? Negative, for example, usually the staff completes the work before probably the actual time elapsed. Then that particular staff is efficient, right? Then we need to observe for the kilo and the Maltano Mutawari. Maybe they have drained. Towards this. Where have you written that?
Yeah.
Where have you written that? I feel like you just like. Where have you written that? What have I said? You don't get it. Have you drawn the table? Oh, all right. So let's say whether nchilo nabasiwa ntawe machilo sina malini. We have not what? We have not been efficient in terms of doing our work. So by observing or by monitoring, we are just trying to ensure everybody nchilo imene mutabu kuya avile chomwe rabena. That's the aim of what? The study time. Then motion. And the motion you write this. It is the technique which involves. It is the technique which involves close observation, 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 of the movement of body and limbs to perform a job.
Movement of
Body and limbs. Body and limbs to perform the job. So you look at what actually has been involved to do a particular job as the machine for the machine, likewise as for the face. Then you write the second basis, and our second basis is purpose. Purpose. Second basis is purpose. Is purpose. And under purpose, you write this. Its purpose is to determine time. Its purpose is to determine. Its purpose is to determine time normally required. Time normally required. Its purpose is to determine time normally required. Its purpose is to determine time normally required to perform a job. To perform a job and a fair day's wage. Normally required to perform a job, time required to perform a job, and a fair day's wage. And you go on the other side, and on the other side, on the motion started, you write, its purpose is to eliminate. Its purpose is to eliminate. Its purpose is to eliminate. Its purpose is to eliminate wasteful motion. Wasteful motion. Its purpose is to eliminate wasteful motion. Wasteful motion. And determine the best way of doing a job. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the purpose is to eliminate wasteful motion, and determine the best way, of doing a job, Then the last, you write draft basis. You write tools of study. So you write, it is under it is conducted with the help of stopwatch. And the other one, you say it is conducted with the help of a movie camera. Alright, now let's look at something different. we look at labor subhead, you write labor turnover. Labor turnover. Have you heard of this word before?
Labor turnover?
Yes. Not even Mawala. People say like, I think labor turnover, yes, you are 1B, or you are 1B. Exactly, it's the same. It's the same. What does that mean? How does it employee turnover? Serious. To go to labor turnover or employee turnover. So in Macau, since I said the word combination. Let's say if I say at the company, people come in no time they go. People come in no time they go. What does that symbolize? If at the workplace, employees, people join and in no time they leave. So you keep changing employees now and then. What does that tell? For management, in terms of alright, so let's start with some labor turnover. Is it good to have a high labor turnover? And as we sister said, it was paid. A good example in here, let's take we change lectures now and then. And maybe course most many times say this and more than that before. How do you feel?
Okay, the man of Mubana knew you, one of the persons, the woman was a lawyer, and we are now understanding him. Then additionally becomes another person. So we also have to adapt to this other person. It will take us time to adapt to the other person. After a while, I'm also going to adapt to the other situation.
Exactly.
I think it depends. If they separate. In some cases, like employees don't have to be too contact.
They have what?
They don't have to be contact. They contact. You have to check.
You have to check. A good example?
In finance or money issues concerning of money.
That one is too delicate.
Yeah.
Is this that in that?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, before you get too contact for like unemployed. Okay, so, anyway, we'll come back to that. Alright, let's have the right answer, labor turnover, and labor turnover like this. The change in the labor force is known as labor turnover. The change in the labor force is known as labor turnover. Full stop. That's labor turnover. That's labor turnover. That labor turnover refers to mobility. That labor turnover refers to mobility. That labor turnover refers to mobility of employees. Mobility of employees from factory to factory for getting better opportunities. For getting better opportunities in terms of earning and position. In terms of earning and position. Full stop. It denotes, or it shows it takes time or it waits. It goes for me.
Sorry?
Don't.
Okay. So I'm saying it denotes the percentage change. It denotes the percentage change. It denotes the percentage change
percentage change in the labor force of an organization. Full stop. Normal labor turnover is advantageous. Normal labor takeover is advantageous. As it allows injection of fresh blood into the field. As it allows injection of fresh blood into the system. But excessive turnover is not desirable. Because it increases cost of labor. Full stop. This is because efficient and experienced workers. This is because I say increased cost of labor, right? Full stop. This is because I would say the MBA is right. Normal labor turnover is advantageous as it allows injection of fresh blood into the field. But excessive turnover is not desirable because it increases labor costs. This is because efficient and experienced workers leave the factory, and new employees come and occupy their places. Full stop. Naturally, the ability of such new workers is less as compared to those of the experienced workers. Full stop. The desirable percentage of labor turnover, naturally, the ability of such new workers is less as compared to that of experienced workers. Full stop. The desirable percentage of labor turnover is placed between the desirable percentage of labor turnover is placed between 3% and 5%. There are systematic decision one being, because then it will affect the normal working of the company. So our next topic is method of measuring labor turnover.
So our last Tigamagman will start on the methods of measuring labor turnover. So as I said, I have to give a topic of presentation. So we have our presentation 2 weeks from now. So next week I'll teach, that other week I'll also teach. So our process area, when I'm going to the specific topic, we'll do the principles of costing, for overhead. You hear me right? Yeah. So on that, under that, what you specifically do is you focus on direct and indirect overhead. So you got overhead as well as direct and indirect overhead. And Mona, you do cost centered. Yes, cost centered. Yes, centered. As well? C, centered. Cost centered. Yes. Yeah, they're right. And then, yes, cost centered and allocation and apportioning overhead. Allocation and apportioning overhead to cost centered. Is that right? Yes, allocation and apportioning cost centered to cost. Apportioning overhead to cost centered. Allocation and apportioning overhead to cost centered. Yes, they're right. So then, rather, you do cost centered, and your focus will be on allocation and apportioning of overhead to production and service cost centered. Production and service cost centered, including a step down method. So we are only dealing with tab, right? Thank you so much. I'll give you otherwise, thank you so much and enjoy your time. Let's see. That should be on 27. And towards the bill at start. So I'd like to have it in a PowerPoint presentation. It has a well decorated presentation, and don't come here and just read it for us. So you have full time, and I don't want just maybe move and my slide to read what's another.
Okay, shouldn't be pages.
Sorry?
Shouldn't be pages.
If you have managed to print, you can also print. If you can manage to print, you can also print.
Like choosing the pages then.
No, here we need the PowerPoint. You can have it in a flash. You will use my PC. If you have your own PC and bring your PC, rather here it goes out. So you beam, and not sure that
the whole of the 12 appeal in the Argo and do the way that others you cover that time. So on 3, you're left. On 3, you're left. That will be 3 what? November. Sorry? Yes. She's starting on 27, right?
The whole 2 hours.
Yes.
One person?
No,
Okay. 1 hour.
Yeah, at least a minute.
So, yes, 7 minutes. Okay, what is it? 7 minutes you present. 7 minutes, the other time is before us to ask you questions. And to clarify. Okay, one thing that you have to know is, I've taken this is the last portion of our postal trial. Then you are covering the whole last topic of our postal trial. Yes. So the expectation is, it's not an issue of and it's always presented. The example we about just like that. The moment one has presented, we should be able to ask the question. We should be able to ask for clarity where we have been clarified. And that's the very same time. Yes, so I'm not going to present it as it has all the police will never present and have a actually, that responsibility to be asking questions. So I don't want to come here 2 slides, 3 slides, with the other side. That's no.
You want like a lot of stuff.
Yes, for deep understanding. And you want? Remember, a single presentation will be covering for your what? 2 assignments. And the moment you are presented, right? Come and check, say how much have I done. And you automatically know how much you have scored from out of what? Out of 4. They were not going to present them, you are doing your final what? Internal work or coursework. Then that's what we're going to talk. Any problem?
No,
You have understood, right? So Alice, do the best. And we have a group. Once you know tomorrow you are presenting, you can even post to say, tomorrow is my presentation, and I expect ABC from you as my audience.
I don't expect questions from audience.
All right, thank you so much. The sign sheet. Mm-hmm.